Okay. Come on. Just want to show that booty. Lady, come on. Over here. Out the way. Out the way. Off the camera. Get out of here. Get it. She doesn't listen sometimes. It's alright. Come on. There you go. There you go. Let's take our time with this one. We're not in any rush. You know, really slow down for a second. Slow down. Or speed up, you know what I'm saying? Choice is yours. You decide. You decide. You decide. All right. Hey. She was running around doing who knows what. You know how this goes. Anyway, come on. Hey, sit. Come on. Sit down. Sit down and enjoy the sermon. Come on. Sit. Sit. Lady, sit. Sit. Hey, come here. Sit. That's right. That's right. Quit trying to show out. See, that's why I love her. She's a wild spirit. She's a real one. I'll say that. She's a real one. This one too. But as you can see, this one's like respectful. This one, she understands. She listens. This one, she's like, I'm gonna listen, but only when you give me what I want. Like if there's food, she'll listen. It's time to go for a walk, she'll listen until she's out the door. It's her own intelligence. Anyway, we're gonna chill for a second. Okay, not in any rush. I feel like a lot of people are going real fast to nowhere. And I'm not one of those people. I like to take my time, really sit down and process what we are doing and what we are here for, right? Oh. All right. Okay. Let's get into it. Kind of cool. We're looking for Deuteronomy. If you know, then you know. Cause I got some questions. Oh, the storm is rolling in. The storm is rolling in. All right. Anyway. Deuteronomy. Here we go. Just a couple of things I want to get into. We're gonna get into idolatry. There's a couple of things that we would like to touch upon. Let's see. All right. So, here we go. warnings against idolatry. There we go. All right. So when the Lord spoke to you from the fire of Mount Sinai, you did not see any form for your own good. Then make certain that you do not sin by making yourselves an idol in any form at all, whether man, woman, animal, or bird, reptile, or fish. Do not be tempted to worship and serve what you see in the sky, the sun, the moon, the stars. The Lord your God has given these to all other peoples for them to worship. But you are the people he recruited from Egypt, that blazing furnace. He brought you out to make you his own people, as you are today. Because of you, the Lord your God was angry with me and solemnly declared that I would not cross the Jordan River. This plane coming. Okay, anyway, at you know what I'm saying? When it comes time to speak the truth, the devil is against you. But we shall prevail in our endeavor. All right, here we go. I'm having too much fun with this. All right, so I would not cross the Jordan River to enter the fertile land which he is giving you. I will die in this land and never cross the river, but you are about to go across and occupy that fertile land. Be certain that you do not forget the covenant that the Lord your God made with you. Obey his commandments, not to make yourselves any kind of idol, because the Lord your God is like a flaming fire. He tolerates no rivals. Even when you have been in this land a long time and have children and grandchildren, do not sin by making for yourselves an idol in any form at all. This is evil in the Lord's sight, and it will make him angry. I call heaven and earth as witness against you to... all right, bear with me. Let's see. Any form at all, this is evil in the Lord's sight, and it will make him angry. I call heaven and earth as witness against you today, that if you disobey, you will soon disappear from the land. You will not live very long in the land across the Jordan that you are about to occupy. You will be completely destroyed. The Lord will scatter you among other nations, where only a few of you will survive. Then you will serve gods made by human hands, gods of wood and stone, gods that cannot see or hear, eat or smell. There you will look for the Lord your God, and if you search for him with all your heart, you will find him. When you are in trouble, and all those things happen to you, then you will finally turn to the Lord and obey him. He is a merciful God. He will not abandon you or destroy you, and he will not forget the covenant that he himself made with your ancestors. Search the past, the time before you were born, all the way back to the time where God created human beings on earth. Search the entire earth. Has anything as great as this ever happened before? Has anyone ever heard of anything like this? Have any people ever lived after hearing a God speak to them from a fire, as you have? Has any God ever dared to go and take people from another nation and make them his own, as the Lord your God did for you in Egypt? Before your very eyes, he used his great power and strength. He brought plagues and wars, worked miracles and wonders, and caused terrible things to happen. The Lord has shown you this to prove to you that he alone is the God, that there is no other. He let you hear his voice from the heavens so that he could instruct you. And here on earth, he let you see his holy fire, and he spoke to you from it. Because he has loved your ancestors, he chose you, and by his great power, he himself brought you out of Egypt. As you advance, he drove out nations greater and more powerful than you, so that he might bring you in and give you their land, the land which still belongs to you. So remember today and never forget that the Lord is God in heaven and on earth. There is no other God. Obey all his laws that I have given you today, and all will go well with you and your descendants. You will continue to live in land that the Lord your God is giving you to be yours forever. All right. There's one more part that I want to read, and then we will get into the meat and potatoes of this here sermon. All right. And also, for anybody just checking this out, like and subscribe for more content. So I'm somebody who is out here just trying to figure it out like everybody else. So let's figure it out together. All right. Here we go. I finished this chapter yesterday because there's a lot of greatness in this book, but there's a few things that just kind of rattle my heart. That rattle my heart. So just wanted to get into that. So here we go. The warning against idolatry. This is what we wanted to read today. A warning against idolatry. Okay. The Lord your God will destroy the nations as you invade their land, and you will occupy it and settle there. After the Lord destroys those nations, make sure that you do the following. Do not follow their religious practices, because that would be fatal. Don't try to find out how they worship their gods so that you can worship in the same way. Do not worship the Lord your God in the way they worship their gods, for in the worship of their gods, they do all the disgusting things the Lord hates. They even sacrifice their children in the fires on their altars. That's a rumor. That's hearsay. That's fake news. All right, we'll get into that in a second. Okay. They even sacrifice their children in the fire on their altars. Do everything that I have commanded you. Do not add anything to it or take anything from it. Prophets or interpreters of dreams may promise a miracle or a wonder in order to lead you to worship and serve gods that you have not worshipped before. Even if what they promise comes true, do not pay any attention to them. The Lord your God is using them to test you, to see if you love the Lord with all your heart. Follow the Lord and honor him. Obey him and keep his commandments. Worship him and keep his commandments. Worship him and be faithful to him. Put to death any interpreters or dreams or prophets that tell you to rebel against the Lord, who rescued you from Egypt. That's a very key point. We got to get into that in a second here. Egypt is going to be, we'll say, the green beans on this here dish that we are serving up, right? Okay, so Egypt, where you were slaves. We'll get into that too. Such people are evil and are trying to lead you away from the life that the Lord has commanded you to live. They must be put to death in order to rid yourselves of this evil. Even your brothers or your sons or your daughters or the wives you love or your closest friends may secretly encourage you to worship other gods that you and your ancestors have never worshipped. Some of them may encourage you to worship the gods of the people who live near you or the gods of those who lived far away. But do not let any of them persuade you. Do not even listen to them. Show them no mercy or pity, and do not protect them. Kill them. Be the first to stone them, and then let everyone else stone them too. Stone them to death. They tried to lead you away from the Lord your God, who rescued you from Egypt, where you were slaves. Then all the people of Israel will hear what happened. They will be afraid, and no one will ever do such evil things. Then there's a picture, guy holding up a statue. Another dude's like, don't even listen. All right. When you are living in the towns the Lord your God gives you, let's see, you may hear that some worthless people in your nation have misled the people of their own town to worship gods that you have never worshiped before. If you hear such rumors, investigate it thoroughly. And if it is true that this evil thing did happen, then kill all the people in the town and all their livestock too. Destroy the town completely. Bring together all the possessions of the people who live there and pile them up. Okay, pile them up in the town square. Then burn the town and everything in it as an offering to the Lord your God. It must be left in ruins forever and never again rebuilt. Do not keep for yourself anything that was commandeered in destruction. And then the Lord will turn from his fierce anger and show you mercy. He will be merciful to you and make you a numerous people as he promised your ancestors. If you obey all his commandments that I have given you today and do what he requires, is that it? I have given you today and do what he requires. All right. So, I mean, this kind of goes on. Like, there's like rules and like different things you can do to conquer lands and all this. This is the book of Deuteronomy. Check it out for yourself. Do your own research. This is just where I'm coming from and how I feel about said topic, because I feel like it is important. Because look around you today. This is that God's land. By the way, Egypt was the name given to the Kemites by the Greeks after they had been conquered over like 4 or 5, who knows how many times. So, you know what I'm saying? It kind of spirals. It spirals if you do your research and do your history. Because there is a God. There is a one true God, and that is not it. That's all I'm saying. And that is what I'm here for. Peace and love to all of y'all. But remember, do your own research. It is important to study and learn from the past, because there's more in that book. That's not even the worst part. And it gets better, because eventually, you know what I'm saying, Jesus Christ comes into play, and Jesus Christ shows you the way. And you might not like the name Jesus Christ, and that's all right. But you should know who Jesus Christ is. And, you know, you could put your own name on it or whatever. Again, I'm still studying. I'm still learning. I'm still, you know, I'm learning, right? But from my understanding, it's not how you say it, but what it really means. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because back to Babylon, the language is being all scrambled up and all that. I happen to speak English and have come through this way through Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Yeshua, the great, you know. But, you know, again, like I said, we're still learning. We're still studying. But based off what I've been reading up until this point, because look, it says, dude came down in a fiery blaze and a big smoke cloud, and you could just hear his voice through the cloud. And that's this guy right here. Sorry, I'm a little bit emotional about this because I feel like too much has been scrambled in this time period. And it's about really finding that truth and holding that truth wholeheartedly. And that's what it comes to. And that is what this is about, because this is a spiritual war. There is still a spiritual battle. And as you can see, dude came in, he's like, don't serve any other gods. I am your one God. And kind of like wiped out. Obviously, there's power there, but power in this physical plane, right? This physical plane is that power. When you have spirit, it's higher than that. So just remember that. TKAZOX. Like and subscribe. More lessons on the way. And as we learn and grow, we shall share what we know. All right. Peace, y'all.